Dear students, welcome back. I am your assistant teacher Maya Gurani. So students, today we will discuss a new chapter of geography. The name of the chapter is Our Changing Earth. As this is the third chapter, so in first chapter we discuss about environment. In second chapter we discuss about the inside our earth, where we discuss the interior of the earth, the rocks and minerals and the rock cycle. In the interior of the earth, we discuss the three layers of the earth, that is the crust, mantle and core. So the crust, it itself called the lithosphere. So in this chapter, we will broadly discuss about the lithosphere only. So what is lithosphere? As you know that the lithosphere is hard top layer of the earth. It consists of rocks and minerals and it is covered with a thin layer of soil. So in the beginning, our scientists, they believed that the position of the continent were actually fixed. But later on, they discovered that there is a state of constant motion and it is inside our dynamic earth. So the theory that was given by the Alfred Wegener in his book The Origin of Continents and Ocean. So in his book, he discussed about the continental drift theory. So according to Alfred Wegener, that all the continents were once joined together as a supercontinent were known as the Pangea, which began to apart about 200 million years ago. And like this, that the drifting of continents start, and it was drifted into different parts. Now let's discuss about the lithospheric plates. Lithospheric plates. As we have already discussed in the previous chapter about the interior of the earth, where we discussed the three layers of the earth, that are the crust, mantle and core. Here we have a crust, here we have a mantle, and this is known as the core. So the lithosphere that consists of crust or upper mantle. Here we have, this is the upper mantle. Upper mantle, it consists of crust and upper mantle. Okay, and the earth crust, when it breaks into a different pieces, it is known as the plates. And these plates, when they float or move on the asthenosphere, so what happened? The movement of these plates causes the changes on the earth surface. And on the basis of the forces, these changes, these movements are divided into a two part, that is the endogenic forces or exogenic forces. Now let's discuss these both of the forces with the help of the diagram. Here we have a movement of the earth. On the basis of the forces, it is divided into two parts, endogenic forces or exogenic So, endogenic forces. What is endogenic forces? Endogenic forces, it originates from within the earth, is known as the endogenic forces. What is exogenic forces? The forces which originate on the surface of the earth is called exogenic forces. The endogenic forces, then again, it is divided into two parts, that is the surgeon forces and diastrophic forces. The sudden forces comprises the volcano, earthquake and landslides. And the diastrophic forces, it comprises the building mountains. Exogenic forces, it works with the erosion or deposition. The agents are air, river, sea waves or glaciers. Now we will discuss these all the factors, all the forces, the volcano, earthquake, landslides, building mountains, air, river, sea waves and glacier in a broad way.
What is erosion? Erosion is defined as the wearing away of the landscape by the different agents like water, wind and ice. The process of erosion and deposition creates different landforms on the surface of the earth. An earthquake takes place when two blocks of the earth suddenly slip past one another. The surface where they slip is called a fault place. The location below the earth's surface where the earthquake starts is called the hypocenter, and the location directly above it on the surface of the earth is called the Sometimes an earthquake has four shocks. These are smaller earthquakes that happen in the same place before a larger earthquake takes place. The largest main earthquake is called the main shock. Main shocks are always followed by aftershocks that occur in the same place and can continue for weeks. What causes earthquakes and where do they happen? The earthquake has four major layers: the inner core, outer core, and the mantle and the crust. The crust and the top of the mantle make up a thin skin on the surface of our planet, but this skin is not all in one piece. It is made up of many pieces covering the surface of the earth. The tectonic plates. These pieces are called tectonic plates, and the edges of these plates are called the plate boundaries. These pieces keep moving around slowly, sliding past one another and bumping into each other. These plates boundaries are made up of many faults, and most earthquakes around the world occur on these faults. Why does the earth shake where there is an earthquake? While the edges of faults are stuck together and the rest of the block is moving, the energy that would normally cause the blocks to slide past one another is being accumulated. When the forces of moving blocks finally overcomes the friction of the jagged edges of the fault and it breaks free, all that stored up energy is released. The seismic waves shake the earth as they move through it, and when the waves reach the earth's surface, they shake the ground and anything on it, like our houses and us. The energy radiates outward from the fault in all directions in the form of seismic waves. How are earthquakes recorded? Earthquakes are recorded by an instrument called seismograph. The recording they make it called seismograph. The seismograph has a base that sets firmly in the ground and heavy weight that hangs free. When an earthquake causes the ground to shake, the base of the seismograph shakes too, but the hanging weight does. Instead, the spring that is hanging observes all the movement. The difference is position between the shaking part of the seismograph and the motionless part is what is recorded.